Hey everyone, Mori here, and welcome to Trials of Innocence. What? That was close! Close to you not getting a guilty verdict? Getting a not guilty verdict? Miss Sapphire, what is Mr. Is what Mr. Goldstein said in court true? What? You mean pushing the director out of the lab to save him? Yeah, that's it. Of course not. I explained everything I know yesterday. If I knew he crashed into the electromagnetic room and died, I would have told you. That's true. By the way, I want to know something about Miss Cyan. Will she take any orders from everyone at the center? No, she won't. Although robots must obey human orders according to the 3 laws of robotics, there's an additional condition. The person giving her orders must have her management qualification. Okay. What? Yeah, what? Yeah, in short, someone like me, who's been here only for 1 month, can't give her orders. Those who can are mostly the seasoned folks in the center. So, again, why is so many frames for this? Someone really loves Zoe. Which I can understand. For some reason. So, Deputy Director Goldstein, Mr. Gray, Miss White, and Director Crimson have the right? Pretty much, but even if Remily has the right, she probably won't remember to use it. Yeah, yeah. Well, there were only 3 people who could order Miss Cyan to assist in moving the metal vest. Oh, by the way, will Miss Cyan execute any order which won't hurt humans, even if it involves assisting in a crime? I haven't tried that, so how would I know? But one thing's for sure, Miss Cyan probably won't stand by if someone in danger needed help. Once a kid passing by the center fell and she rushed out to help him up. And probably scared him half to death. I see. So to get Miss Cyan to help with the scene, the killer absolutely cannot let her see the director's body. In that case, it's difficult to imagine how the process unfolded. Whoa! What's this? Don't come any closer! Oh, Miss Cyan's here. There seems to be some chaos in the room down the hallway. Yeah, I wonder who. Help! Come and help me! Looks like Miss Cyan has arrived. What a troublemaker. I wonder what's gonna happen if when I question her. The chaos will probably last for a while. Let's go back to the courtroom. No problem. I'm counting on you for the rest of the trial. What else can you do? Legally do. Okay. There's no turning back. It's all on the line. Annie, here we go. All right. Ooh. Must have kicked my computer too hard. Accidentally, of course. Oh man, I should probably get a new one soon. I heard that the wanted witness has arrived in the witness lounge. So the trial of the murder of Joseph Crimson now continues. Let's call the witness, Miss Cyan, to the stand. Dear me! Good afternoon, everyone! Order! Order! What's wrong with you all? How rude is it to make such a noise to a quiet lady? From the judge's seat, it seems he cannot see the mechanical parts of Miss Cyan's lower body. Witness, your name and occupation. My name is Cyan. As for my occupation, let's go with a robot. I think assistant would be more appropriate. By the way, I just realized she has a zipper running down the middle of the vest for some reason. Robot? It has been mentioned so many times. Why so surprised? He's old. He forgot. Any problem? Cyan's just a nickname. The full name is Ultra Realistic Memory Inversion Type Humanoid Robot GPXF-003. I see. A robot. This is really an unprecedented occupation for this court. One of a kind. For now, anyway. I'm not sure if it'll come up again in another case. Looks like the judge is still unwilling to accept the fact. Yeah, he's old. He hasn't come across this before. He's questioning his reality, man. Now, even the mechanical noise has a place in the sacred courtroom symphony. What a joke. Whether it's a robot or a human, or a parrot, or a monkey, once on the witness stand, they have the right to testify. Or a demon, for some reason. So, this lady is really a robot? You haven't realized it? Well, you can argue later, without me here. Why did you all call me all the way here? What do you want to do? Well, this is a courtroom. We brought you here to testify. Testify? How? How about you tell us about your experiences of the day on the incident? Oh, like that. Okay. A lot happened that day. But sorry, I can't tell you most of it. I can talk about myself though. I was watching a TV series and contemplating the meaning of life. Relatable. If you want to know more, please ask someone else. Huh? Is that all? It's like saying nothing at all. Is this the testimony the defense wanted to hear? Seems a bit different from what I imagined. Since that's the case, please make sure to seize the opportunity. Why don't you attack it, huh? Miss Cyan, why couldn't you testify properly about your actions of the day of the incident? Well, I'm the crystallization of high tech in the center, and there are many secrets there. When we were all in the center, you were a visitor, and I was the guide. I can tell you things. But now we're in an unfamiliar place. What if I say too much and leak secrets? How could there be such a thing? Miss Ray, are you going to question the testimony just given? I can only try. Do or do not. There is no try. Why did I do that? Understood. Then let's begin.
Hold it!
Why? This is a courtroom, so any relevant fact can be said. Aha! You should know. I'm a robot bounded by the 3 laws. I know about that. And I know about that because of MatPat of all things. And the Mega Man episode. I know too, but what does that have to do with anything? 3 laws? Bounded by what 3 laws? It's the 3 laws! The 3 behavioral guidelines robots must follow. You know, I wonder what this joke looks like in Chinese and what it means. Now I must know. Because this is an English pun. But this game came from China. I want to know now. Come to think of it, for the for Stafford case, they had a similar thing where there was a notebook and one of the characters' name was Not Trick Case. So whenever the characters alluded to the notebook, they were like, "Look at this note." Now I'm curious about that joke too. Oh man, how did I not think about it till now? It's all coming together in the worst time possible. Take a look at this! Oh, a poster? Oh, let me see. A robot may not injure a human being, or through an action allow a human being to come to harm. A robot must obey the orders of human beings, except when such orders will conflict the first law. A robot must protect itself as long as such protection does not conflict with the first and second law. Huh, so that was high tech. That doesn't seem much different from the laws I usually read. What? There's no such law in our country. Are you sure? Witness, the court hasn't asked you to harm anyone, so why refuse to testify? Sir, I was informed long ago in a galaxy far, far away I can't disclose national secrets. True, but we're not asking you to reveal any secrets. Whatever happened at the research center is part of national secrets. I'm sorry, but I cannot talk about most of it here.
Hold it!
TV series? Contemplating the meaning of life? Yeah, man. She was watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Kung Fu Panda 1 and 2. You know, my favorite movies, basically. What else? Oh yes, Meet the Robinsons. I kinda need to watch that again. I'm feeling depressed. Yes, I've been interested in robot-themed primetime series. It is inspiring. Oh, that's the name of the show? Commander, would you enlighten us? What is required for sentience? Intelligence, self-awareness, consciousness. Let's deal with the first. Intelligence. Is Commander Data intelligent? Yes, he has the ability to learn and understand, and to cope with new situations. What about self-awareness? What does that mean? Why am I self-aware? Because you are conscious to your existence and actions. You are aware of yourself and your own ego. My rights, my status, my right to choose, my life. It seems so self-aware. It seems reasonably self-aware to me. Witness, what happened next? Is the judge hooked on the lines of the TV series? Miss Cyan, what happened next? Why are you so into it too? There's nothing interesting afterwards. Sorry, I didn't mean to keep you in suspense. Alas. Sis Luna, have you seen it before? Yeah, it's a well-known sci-fi show in America. In terms of popularity, it's probably similar to Galaxy Wars. Very freaking funny, guys. So is it like Galaxy Trek? As popular as Galaxy Wars? Oh, I'd love to see it. I guess she really loves Galaxy Wars.
Hold it!
Oh yeah, fun fact. I think my principal was like having a during the morning assembly. My principal in middle school or secondary school or whatever you want to call it was like, I think at one point he mentioned, "Have you seen Star Wars?" And then some people were like, "No," and then he was like, "Okay, you should probably watch it," and then continued the assembly. I forgot what it was about, and I forgot every other assembly, but I only remember that. Very weird, I know. Miss Cyan, please tell us in detail about your actions that day. You've put me on the spot here. Even though I have my own will, the program settings cannot be violated. Things that cannot be said cannot be said. Why do you say someone else? When you say someone else, you mean... Of course, someone who doesn't need to follow the 3 laws that can speak freely. Miss Cyan cannot violate the command that do not close confidential information. So she can't reveal what happened that day. So who gave her the command? Probably Director Crimson or Deputy Director Goldstein? Hold it! Since the person with authority can help her silent... What? Can keep her silent, then conversely they can also lift her restrictions, right? That's right, but Mr. Crimson's already dead. The director isn't the only one with the authority. What about others? In this courtroom, the person with the authority to make Miss Cyan speak is...
That's it!
Simon Goldstein has the right to give Miss Cyan orders. Please instruct Miss Cyan to testify truthfully. GBXFF-003 code received. SGB 51701. That sounds like a license plate number. Executing number 2 instruction override program. Processing complete. Number 2 instruction activation status not activated confirmed. Alright! Now I can honestly talk about what happened that day. Whew. I should have asked to do this during the investigation. Witness, now that you have the authority to speak, please testify again. That morning, I received a task from the director, so I delivered tea to him. I ran into the deputy director at the time, and he greeted me warmly. After lunch, since there was nothing to do, I stayed on the first floor. I was just watching the TV series there the whole afternoon. Then a group of police suddenly showed up at the center, and only then did I know the accident. Huh. The testimony is almost indistinguishable from that of an ordinary human. Technology has advanced so much nowadays. So unbelievable. Hi, the judge is about to cry. However, the witness's testimony seems unrelated to the case. Exactly because it's unrelated, seems especially strange. Your Honor, there are some points worth attention in the witness's testimony. Really? I also think there might be something missing in her words. As a robot, she won't lie voluntarily unless commanded by someone, right? Maybe she just didn't remember. No, the memory of a robot is different from a human's. There shouldn't be a forgetting situation. Unless... Anyway, Your Honor, the defense requests questioning. Okay, please, proceed. Again, the sound is delayed. Is it my computer? Hey, RX 6500 XT, 6650 XT, Ryzen 5 3600. Are you okay? Are you okay, please? I have no money to replace you. Maybe I should just get a Steam Deck. Whatever, I'll just get a Steam Deck. When you go kaput.
Hold it!
Was the director just ask you to deliver the tea? Was the director just ask you to deliver tea? Okay. What else could it be? In the center, there's nothing else for me to do besides getting repairs and upgrades. The director assigned me tasks like cleaning and serving tea. He said it's making the most of resources. So, Miss Cyan is the legendary mechanical maid? Can we see Miss Cyan in a mechanical maid outfit? I mean, what? Huh? Never mind, I was just speaking casually. What on earth did our otaku teach Annie? Alter.
Hold it!
I remember there's no TV in the research center. Who needs a TV? Just stick my fingers in the circuit interface. I can access all the information on the internet. I can't believe it. If only I had that capability too. Can't help but imagine the judge with tracks attached. But why? So you spent the entire afternoon watching TV and nothing else? That's right. Miss Cyan, did you not take a single break while watching the series? Of course not. Even though the series is meaningless, once I start, I just can't stop. I can vouch for it with my tracks. But you don't even like those tracks. Your Honor, I think that's a very important statement. I hope it can be added to the testimony. Is watching TV really that important? Okay, sure. Okay. The TV series may be meaningless, but they were attractive, so I just kept watching. Phone! Shut up! Which one? Oh, this one.
Hold it!
Meaningless and yet attractive TV series. Solo Leveling, Sword Art Online, Fairy Tail, One Punch Man. What else? Like a whole lot of romance animes. Like the Komi Can't Communicate, the Takumin one. I forgot what it's called. Quintessential Quintuplets, Nisekoi, The world, God only knows, Data Live, they're pretty meaningless but pretty attractive. I feel like going on, but you know. I know it! It must be what Alter often mentioned as anime only for adults! No. What are you so... What? Silas! Prosecutor Schubert, who pretended to fall asleep, seemed to have choked on his own saliva. Silas? Anime only for adults? What is that exactly? You don't wanna know. No, just a slip of tongue of Annie. Please don't mind. Anime only for adults? Absolutely not. What I watched was a thought-provoking, humanistic sci-fi series. So, I mean, I would say Evangelion, but Evangelion ain't thought-provoking. I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. What is humanistic sci-fi series? Cyberpunk Edgerunners? Anyway, you've been watching TV series the entire afternoon without any interruption? That's right! As expected, there are several loopholes in science testimony. At this point, I might as well point them out and clarify. Not yet.
Hold it!
You met Mr. Goldstein when you were delivering tea? I met him when I was leaving the director's office. Did Mr. Goldstein say anything to you? Of course! He told me the director was working hard to repair my legs, and I got all excited all of a sudden. Are your legs already fixed? Not yet. When I went to the workshop, the legs were still the same. Probably not easy to fix. Oh, I wonder when I can get rid of the tracks. Now that Director Crimson has died, Miss Science's future seems even bleaker. After staying in the workshop for a while, I went to lunch as usual.
Hold it!
When did that happen? At 5:47, at 5:47:32 p.m. How do you say that? That's so precise. Of course, I have a built-in clock. I could even tell you the milliseconds. It hit me that you were actually a robot. What are you saying? Didn't I act like a robot before? When ordinary people recall time, they usually aren't that precise. Even estimates inevitably have errors. How could that be? If I make a mistake in timing, I might miss the live broadcast of the series. Don't sacrifice your human traits just for a series. Are you kidding me? I think that series is what makes her human traits more human. If you still consider yourself human, wait, did I do this one?
Hold it!
Oh yeah, I did. Oops.
Hold it!
You? Lunch? Any problem? Have you seen a robot that can eat before? Actually, no. Although I'm a robot, I'm a high-end product developed with cutting-edge technology. Since you're so advanced, don't refer to yourself as a product. The The director developed features like eating, sleeping, to make me more realistic. But it's all for show. I don't need sleep, and I can't taste the food. It's all just for appearance's sake. The food I eat won't be digested. It'll just be compressed into blocks and expelled. Sounds a bit pitiful.
Objection!
Witness, although I believe you wouldn't lie, your testimony just doesn't hold up. Why? You claim that on the day of the incident, you were watching a TV series without interruption. But that's impossible! Take a look at this. At the power monitoring records from the center of that day. From 4:28 to 4:34 that afternoon, there was a brief blackout covering the entire center. Except for the backup power of a few devices, the rest were in a blackout. Yesterday, when we met at the center, you told me you couldn't stream shows during a blackout. So what were you watching during the blackout? During the blackout, I have no idea! Whoa! Ah, that's what the tracks look like. Order! Order! There was indeed a brief blackout at the center of the day of the incident, as several witnesses have testified. Although the blackout was short, it's unreasonable that you actively used electronic devices that were completely unaware. But I really have no memory of the blackout. It doesn't make sense. Can robots also forget things? Maybe someone short-circuited part of her memory. Of course not. All our experiences are stored in the central system in the form of images and data. Even if the core controlling my personality forgets, the chips throughout our body couldn't have no records. Records? I'm not familiar with how robots work. But if it's records, can they be deleted or manipulated? They can, but... How could it be? Witness, what's happening to you? I just reviewed all the records from that day of the incident. I found something incredible. What is it? On the afternoon of the incident, from 4 p.m. to 4:48, in my memory database, there are no records at all. What? Order! Order! I'm having trouble keeping up. What does no records mean? At 4:48 p.m. that day, my system was suddenly rebooted. For a whole 48 minutes, it's like I lost a piece of memory. All the records during that time were erased. So, Miss Cyan, you had no idea where you were or what you did during that time? I only remember being in the workshop watching a TV series before 4 p.m. But at 4:48 p.m., I was standing at the entrance of the lobby on the first floor, watching the heavy rain outside. Didn't you find it strange at the time? Well, I often participate in various modification experiments at the center, so occasional memory confusion is normal. After the reboots, I checked my body and didn't find any major issues, so I didn't pay much attention. Major issues? Did you find any minor ones? It's not really an issue, nothing serious. small issue like this. Hey, yo, what the hell? What's wrong with your belly? Do we need a doctor? Nah, you need an engineer. The judge finally sees the irrefutable evidence she's a robot. After the reboot, I noticed the hatch around here was a bit loose. Oh, okay. But there's nothing inside the compartment, so I didn't pay much attention. This is crucial information. Miss Cyan, from the day of the incident until now, have you taken a bath? How could I? Are you trying to make me short-circuit and explode? Not what I meant. If your body hasn't been cleaned, there must be some traces. Your Honor, the defense requests an on-the-spot examination of Miss Cyan. What we need to check on Miss Cyan's body is... I'm gonna save, just in case. Bayleaf, could you check fingerprints near Miss Cyan's compartment? Wait, what are the other choices? Okay, you know what? Wound first. I mean, no points lost, okay? What are you doing? Do you want me to undress for an examination in court? Can't we? If there are any wounds, I could check them myself. There's no need to bother you. I see. Seems I was wrong. You know what? Okay, I'll do the wrong ones first. Because I'm just curious. Bayleaf, could you perform a luminal test on the abdominal compartment of Miss Cyan? Oh, right! I totally forgot about that. Is this the right choice? Although I don't quite understand the reason, please proceed, Bayleaf. Your Honor, there's indeed a luminal reaction in the witness's body. What? Oops. Maybe I should have continued with the fingerprint one. Oops. My bad. Order! Order! Defense, what does it mean? Seems my earlier deduction has been confirmed. The bloodstain in Miss Cyan's abdomen were left by the metal vest covered in the blood of the director. So, witness, are you actually an accomplice? What? It's impossible! If I violate the 3 laws, I'd be dismantled for sure! Miss Cyan, no need to panic. I'll prove your innocence. In the trials! Indeed, the missing part of the puzzle in this convoluted case is Cyan. Your Honor, as for what happened during the missing 48 minutes in Miss Cyan's memory, I think I figured it out. Really? First, the murderer used the electromagnetic wall to kill the director who was wearing the metal gear. That's solid. To cover up the crime scene, the murderer placed the metal vest inside Miss Cyan, then went through the metal detector and carried it out of the electromagnetic lab. This conclusion aligns with your earlier statement. However, what Miss Cyan transported might not be the metal vest. Did I have something else in my belly? Oh my god. Could it be? Oh my god! Is it for real? Really? Five Nights at Freddy's! Five Nights at Freddy's! This is truly a Five Nights at Freddy's moment. Please don't be the case. Oh man. That thing is too large to fit in your belly. I'm afraid that this is the only explanation for what that thing ran into an irrational position. For why that thing ran into an irrational position. Specifically, the other item Miss Cyan transported was... okay, let me just...
That's it.
Wait, that? How? This is the handcar for carrying the victim's body? Yes, one end of this handcar was connected to a rope and a hook. If the handcar was pushed by human hands, these features would be necessary. I believe that after the incident, the handcar was hung behind Miss Cyan. So Miss Cyan pulled the director out like a cow pulling a cart? It's a strange metaphor, but that captures the general idea. The murderer intended for Miss Cyan to transport the director's body and the metal vest to the gate of the center. Later, the hook accidentally broke, leaving the handcart abandoned at the stockroom's entrance. That's not right. Even though my memory during the time was deleted, I would never transport a body. Indeed, due to the three laws, you would rush to save the critically injured director once you saw him. However, what if you couldn't see him while pulling the handcart? Couldn't see? I don't quite understand. Miss Cyan is different from humans. She's a robot that strictly follows commands. By cleverly issuing a certain command, you can make her assist in handling the scene without her knowledge. There's a command like that? Why have I never heard of it? To make Cyan transport a body without violating the three laws, the murderer just needs to instruct her to just make her keep walking straight. Never look back! As long as Miss Cyan didn't see the critically injured director behind her, she would continue to move the body by order.
Objection.
That is absurd, even if the witness was instructed not to look back, if there's a handcart hanging behind her as you say. How could the witness not feel it? I mean, a robot?
Objection!
The witness is not an ordinary human, so we can't use common sense to understand a robot's feelings.
Objection.
Even if what you say is true, making the witness walk to the door without turning her head is not easy. The witness can't drag a handcart and move between floors without turning her head.
Objection!
It might be challenging in a typical building, but it can be achieved in the specially designed research center. Can it really be done? Yes, Your Honor. Take a look at this house plan. Miss Cyan dragged the handcart carrying the director from the electromagnetic lab. If the hook hadn't broken, Miss Cyan would have gone through the hallway and entered the elevator. The crucial part is here. For the convenience of moving large objects, this elevator has double doors. Also, shut up, phone. After pushing the handcart to the first floor by elevator, Miss Cyan could get to the doorway directly without turning or looking back. Got it. In that case, the deduction that the murderer used Miss Cyan to handle the scenes makes sense.
Objection.
No sense at all. The defense's proposed route may be viable, but it's completely unnecessary. Why? Handling a murder scene, especially something as significant as moving a body, the murderer could very well do it themselves. entrusting a robot not only requires effort, but also introduces various uncertainties. You know, this exact sentence reminds me of another game. Another Ace Attorney like game. You probably know which one. But I'll talk about it more. Yeah. Huh? You know what? I'm gonna forget later like all the other times. So basically, in one of the cases, I forgot which one. I think it was case 3 or case 4 in Tyrion Cuthbert, Attorney of the Arcane. I forgot which one. Oh wait, no, it was case 3. So basically, phone! Shut up. So basically, the murderer was controlling someone with magic. So he was giving vocal commands. And because he was giving vocal commands, he kind of screwed up the whole thing. Shut up. Phone, for real. Okay. So yeah. I have seen this before. And it has happened. It has been done. Therefore, your statement is invalidated, Silas Shitbird. Indeed, if the murderer used her hands to push the handcart to the door, the hook detachment wouldn't have happened. Why would this so-called murderer bother you doing something so laborious and risky? Well, I haven't thought this far ahead. Why is she so silent and happy? Annie, why are you suddenly silent? Do you have another idea? Not really. I was just wondering if the murderer might have encountered something urgent and had to leave. Like, if their phone rang, so they had to answer it or something. While dealing with the murder scene is more important than answering a phone call, no one would leave a body just for that. Unless the matter is more important to the murderer than moving the body? Hold on. Besides the murder, was there any unexpected event in the center? Oh yes, there is. Remember how I thought frickin' Virgil from Devil May Cry with a wooden sword in a research center was the murderer? Events, what are you whispering about? In addition to Prosecutor Schubert's question, I have an even more important question for you. You insist that the real murderer is not Zoe Sapphire, but you haven't clearly pointed out who it is. Do you have any idea of the so-called real murderer? Well, yeah, at this point I can't avoid this question anymore. You should be asking the detective this. Why the lawyer? Up until now, with the evidence in my hands and everything I've experienced, I should be able to draw a conclusion. Your Honor, at this stage of the trial, the defense naturally has its own speculations. Its own theories. Its own game theories. Thanks for watching. Okay. Accusing someone of murder is not trivial. Before stating your conclusion, are you aware of the punishment? Bruh, this is the detective's job. Wow, that's a lot! Nope, no problem. Annie, Detective Sanford and I have arrived at the crime scene after the incident. In other words, the murderer must be one of the members who has been working in the center. Thinking carefully now, I've interacted with each one of them during these days. So who had the capability, opportunity, and motive to kill Joseph Crimson? The defense believes that the true murderer of the Director Crimson is... I'm gonna say a bit more. Okay, let me see what happens if I pick Zoe.
That's it.
Seems like the defense has finally regained some sanity. Sis Luna, what are you doing? Aren't you supposed to give her... aren't you supposed to prove her innocence in these trials? Miss Ray, are you betraying your client at the last moment? I mean, if the prosecutor in other games can do it, I can too. Nah, I'm sorry. I picked up the wrong photo. Being so careless in such a crucial moment is unforgivable. Fuck you. Oh. Please let me try again. Yeah, I'm gonna reload that. Ah, man. Sorry, I can't resist. I know who it is. It's this guy.
That's it.
This is... Mr. Gray?
Objection.
The defense's baseless accusation holds no credibility.
Objection.
Your Honor and Prosecutor Shitbert, whether it's baseless or not, please allow me to finish before making a judgment. Firstly, this case is meticulously designed to kill the director in the electromagnetic lab, clad in the metal protective gear. That's solid. It's a kind of trap murder. Such a method could only be carried out by someone familiar with the sensor structure. Secondly, to involve Miss Cyan in handling the scene, and to delete her related memories in time. The murderer also needs to have the authority to manage robots. Just this alone excludes the defendant, who's just an intern. But there are several people who meet these two conditions. That's right, but Prosecutor Shitbert just raised an important question. Why couldn't this person handle the scene personally? With such meticulous planning, yet such a major loophole occurring in the final stage, the only reasonable explanation is that the murderer encountered some kind of accident while handling the scene, so he or she had to stop to deal with it. If I'm not mistaken, the accident happened to be recorded by a piece of evidence. Recorded? Could it be that thing? Absolutely. Because of Remily White's sudden scream, the murderer had to go to her room to see what happened. And the testimony this person gave in court also confirms this. The one who attaches such great significance to Remily White's safety could only be the researcher who has been with her for years, Sorden Gray. Order! Order! Defense, this accusation is serious business. The reasons you just stated are only speculation, not evidence. Oh, we have evidence, but some details need to be clarified by consulting him directly. And the music. I see. The request seems reasonable enough. Prosecutor Schubert, what's your opinion? Sorden Gray is already a recorded witness of the prosecution, so we can bring him back to court without further procedures. But what if the defense cannot prove his connection to the case? Well, we won't know until we try. Once the accusation is made, there's no turning back. If Sword & Grey is ultimately proven innocent, the prosecution can only request an immediate verdict from this court. Is it that serious? I'm serious. After questioning this researcher, the case will definitely be closed. Your Honor, can we summon the witness now? Since Prosecutor Schubert has no objections, witness Sword & Grey, please take the stand again. Witness, did you hear everything that was discussed just now? Though my hearing may not match that of the wise, I can still discern the meaning behind the words. So you understand your current position now, right? That's for sure. I am but an ordinary citizen, blameless and innocent, and the son of Sparta. How can I bear such an unjust accusation? Your Excellency, please ensure justice is served for the humble one, the humble son of Sparta. This isn't an ancient magistrate's office. The gavel in my hand represents the law, not my personal judgment. If you believe the defense's accusation is mistaken, then you must confront her yourself. I see. Your Excellency's guidance is appreciated. Lady Barrister, I have no grudge against you. Then how could you be so heartless? For the sake of the victory, you maliciously frame an innocent man. What malice do I bear? Of course I have no grudge against you, but the facts are undeniable. All the evidence currently points to you alone. You better admit it. How can I accept such slander? Accusations. I have something to say. Please listen to the son of Sparta. Lady Barrister, are you accusing me of murdering the director? This is impossible. As Mr. Goldstein said, it was a tragic accident. The director had no peculiar quirks and was a bit forgetful. Sure, Virgil from Devil May Cry, sure. Therefore, he inadvertently went to the wrong place, leading to the tragedy. Lady Barrister, do not falsely accuse anyone inside the center because of this accident. Witness, are you also advocating this was an accident? Yes. Not only am I wrongly accused, but Lady Zoe, who sits in the defendant's seat, was also unjustly treated. I hope Your Excellency can see the situation. I thought that every murderer would try to shift the blame onto others. From this perspective, Mr. Gray seems like a good person. A good person wouldn't set traps and take lives. Debatable. Very debatable. Fred from Scooby-Doo. He not only avoids the true cause of the director's death, but also dare not mention Cyan's missing memories. I won't let him get away with it so easily. Defense, what's your opinion on the witness's testimony? I don't agree at all. Please allow me to question him. All right, please proceed quickly.
Hold it!
It's not accusing. I firmly believe in your suspicion of the crime. Lady Barrister, your unconventional approach is admirable. Unfortunately, your love for bloodshed clouds your vision. All you see are flashes of blades and a disaster of blood. Why are you sweating, huh? Saying that? Oops. Your words are far from the truth. What is done by night appears by day. If you were truly innocent, why would you find yourself in court today? What? Yeah, what? That sentence doesn't make sense. Okay, is he the murderer? Is she... Wait, hold on. Yeah, is she the murderer? Is he the murderer? They're in court. Seriously, what you say makes no sense sometimes, Luna. You're in court too. The sword is drawn. No turning back now. Let's see what you've got. Are you reciting lines from a costume drama? Oops, got carried away. I better listen to Chief and watch less martial arts dramas from now on. Yes, watch less martial art dramas and watch Dragon Ball Z. Or Hoppo no Ippo? Is that what it's called? Definitely not Baki.
Hold it!
Are you saying that the memory forgot his experiment schedule? Are you saying the victim forgot his experiment schedule due to his bad memory? Yes. Previously, Mr. Goldstein claimed that the victim mistook the floor due to the vibrations during the blackout. What do you think? Sir Goldstein's words seem to have some senses, but if we were to follow that line of reasoning, there will be too many coincidences. In my humble opinion, the director just forgot the schedule for the day, leading him to enter the electromagnetic lab by mistake. Really? That sounds strange. The director, despite his extraordinary intelligence, was kind of a dumbass. Amidst his busy schedule. Wow, it is raining so hard. I kinda wanna sleep now. Damn. Was Mr. Crimson really that forgetful? I doubt it, but proving that he didn't forget is something not easy. However, is there any evidence showing that he cared a lot about this matter? There is, but I'm just gonna... Yeah, just gonna...
Hold it!
The page from Remily White's diary torn by Mr. Goldstein and the 48 minutes erased from Miss Cyan's memory. These pieces of evidence already indicate that the director's death was not an accident. There's a saying, let each matter have its own conclusion. Lady Remily's diary and Lady Zoe's incident might be coincidences. You can't hastily conclude that the director's death was intentionally caused. All of these events happened on the same day as the incident. It's possible to call one a coincidence. Why the table slam? But claiming everything as coincidences, who do you think you can fool now? Lady Barrister, I see anger and agitation in you. It seems to be a sign of impatience taking hold. Please calm down, Lady Barrister. This is a courtroom, and you should persuade with reason. Makes sense. Defense, please control your emotions. Why do I feel even more fired up now?
Hold it!
Poor table. Falsely accused? You're throwing that term around too casually. I spent my life upholding justice, yet Lady Barrister is trying to incriminate me with her words. If this isn't false accusation, then what is it? Whether it's an accusation or not, you'll see when I present the evidence.
Hold it!
I heard that Director Crimson is a reclusive yet meticulous person. Do you have any evidence to claim that he is forgetful? I do have evidence. Wait, really? I was just asking casually. The director used to be bothered by blackouts in the center, so he told me to purchase electrical components for emergencies. However, every time I bought these components, he would simply install them in the robots regardless of their actual purpose. Wait, can you just install randomly electrical components into robots? The director was a genius and his thoughts were way beyond my comprehension. Even if one day he decided to install my gourd and wooden sword onto a robot, it would hardly be surprising. That's really hard to imagine. I don't know, man. I can see it. Anyway, the director had a peculiar personality and was indifferent to many things.
Hold it! Hold it!
Falsely accused? You're throwing that term around too casually. I spent my whole life upholding justice, yet Lady Barrister is trying to incriminate me with her words. If this isn't false accusation, then what is it? Oh, did I do that? Which one did I not do? I'm so confused. Despite the numerous flaws in his accidental death statement, why does he insist on it? Probably because Mr. Gray not only wants to clear his name, but also doesn't want anyone in the center to suffer. After all, if it's a murder case, there must be a murderer in the center. That must make sense in some way. Is this what he calls upholding justice? Maybe accepting his proposal would be the best outcome for everyone. But on one hand, the prosecution won't let us off, and on the other hand, I can't accept this halfway result. Since you have decided, let's thoroughly refute this testimony, shall we? Yes, we shall. Of course, even if you didn't say it, I would have done it anyway.
Objection!
Haha, bitch. Mr. Gray, stop your game of stalling. Although you rebranded the overturned game theory of Mr. Goldstein, you can't change the fact that that's BS. Lady Barrister, making baseless claims is not the act of the son of Sparta. Do you have any evidence to refute my claims? Do you recognize this notebook? Is this the belonging of Joseph Crimson? That's right. The victim used it to jot down his schedule, like a memo. And this page happens to detail the director's arrangements on the day of the incident. Let me see. Ah! Exactly! It states clearly on the notebook. 4:30 p.m. Biochemical lab. EEG experiment. Remember to wear the metal gear that's solid. The victim meticulously recorded his plans for the day in the memo. So how could he casually forget where to go as the witness claimed? Proving whether the victim forgot something or not is difficult, but the notebook the defense submitted is important evidence. I believe that he would not forget his experiment schedule when making such a clear memo. Unless he forgets the memo? Your Excellency, that's not right. Lady Barrister is just speculating and cannot prove that director didn't, maybe he didn't check the notebook that day. Huh, I knew you'd say that. Whether he checked the notebook or not, Director Crimson going to the wrong lab wasn't a simple mistake. Such a strong statement. Can you prove that the victim's entering the wrong lab wasn't due to reasons of his own? Of course, it's due to the murderer's meticulous planning that the victim went to the wrong lab. Whoa, the font really shrunk. 2 pieces of evidence prove it. The victim was duped into the wrong lab, worked on blindly, and was killed. 2 pieces of evidence? Submit them now. Hold on. The first piece of evidence that proves the victim's entering the wrong lab wasn't due to his own reason is...
That's it.
I never expected the graphite wire to be useful now. What? Your Honor, and everyone present, please carefully observe the door plates of the 2 labs. If you look carefully, you'll find QR codes printed on them. Indeed. It says the Research Center's Facebook account. Again, I'm surprised Facebook isn't censored or parodied. Faceboot, Instagag type shit, you know. You even know about that, but this is not a Facebook account. As we all know, the human eye cannot scan QR codes for some reason. It is used for the cleaning robot inside the center to identify its location. This is the last entry in the work log of the cleaning robot Moonlit Pyramid found in the electromagnetic lab after the incident. 4:33. Entered the biomechanical laboratory. Cleaning started. Exactly. At the moment when power was restored, Moonlit Pyramid was cleaning the electromagnetic lab. It is mostly made of metal, so when the electromagnetic wall were electrified, it got stuck in the wall along with the victim, resulting in damage. In other words, Moonlit Pyramid is the second victim of the case. The second victim? Oddly, the work log in this robot shows that it entered the biomechanical lab. Oh, right! Because the only way for the cleaning robot to recognize its location is by scanning the QR code of the door plate. Connecting these facts, the only possibility is that around 4:30 on the incident's day, the door plates of the electromagnetic lab and the biomechanical lab were in a swamped state. Sword and Grey, with such clear evidence, do you still insist that it was an accident? I am speechless. Order! Order! Indeed, this evidence is indeed to prove that the door plates of the labs were swapped. Thus, the court has no choice but to accept the fact that this is a murder case. Witness, do you have anything else to say? Oh shit. What is he doing? The highest level of martial arts in the world is to win without using any techniques. Yeah, just use your fucking sword. Yeah. That has to— isn't it a wooden sword? Why is there metallic sound effects? Since you insist on forcing me here, I naturally have to show you some real skills. How come he can draw a weapon in court? Huh? Lady Barrister is eloquent, and I truly admire that. Please, whatever you're gonna do, don't resort to violence. Ref, do something. However, killing the director is beyond human capability. But what about the son of Sparta? Oh? Why? Merely swapping door plates cannot set up such a trap. Controlling everything precisely, killing with expertise, not to mention me, but no one in the world can achieve it. Huh? What, is he fucking invincible or something? Does he have nanomachines, son? What is going on? Even now you still want to deny it? It's not denial. I just want to explain and clarify for Lady Barrister and Your Excellency. So you have more to say? Indeed, Lady Barrister's reasoning seems reasonable, but it seems far from the truth. May I ask everyone to listen to my words again? Oh man. Whew, okay. Lady Barrister said someone swapped the door plates of 2 laboratories to mislead the director. Let's assume it's true. The fundamental reason, however, has nothing to do with the door plates. The locations of the 2 labs are identical, except one is on the 2nd floor and the other is on the 3rd. It is a pure coincidence that Director Crimson got the floor wrong as he encountered a blackout in the elevator. Unless the murderer has supernatural foresight, how could they have timed the blackout so precisely? This testimony seems somewhat reasonable. What are your views, defense? The timing of the blackout? If the murderer can't control the timing of the blackout, Mr. Crimson wouldn't have entered the wrong floor. Even if the door plates were swapped, it wouldn't have mattered, right? Yeah, I understand what he means, but thanks to you, Annie, this excuse will soon fall apart. Thanks to me? Your Honor, the defense is ready to question. Very well. That'll save me a lot of trouble. Perhaps this is the last testimony of the trial. Let's burst this bullshit. Okay, let me first see if what I have in mind is correct.
Objection.
Okay, what I have in mind is correct. Okay, but I kind of want to go through everything else in the case, so hang tight. Easiest one ever. Okay.
Hold it!
Assume It's just a solid fact that someone switched the door plates at the time of the incident, okay? I'm not denying your argument, but indeed you missed the point. When fighting others, one must strike their weak points, but Lady Barrister, your sword went to the wrong direction. The hell are you talking about?
Hold it!
When the blackout occurs, the elevator experiences severe vibrations, and people inside might confuse their current floor. Is it known to everyone in the center? The elevator is ancient and always in disrepair. Like me, a son of Sparta. Canonically in DMC5 or in Devil May Cry, that is true. If you think about it. Anyone with experience in the center knows about it. But I don't think Lady Remily will record such trivial matters, since she doesn't know it. Just tell her to take the stairs, man. What about the defendant? She has joined the center since recently. There have been frequent blackouts in the center this month, and Lady Zoe was once trapped in the elevator, so she must have known about it. Is it really okay to keep using such an elevator? Looking back today, it's our negligence that such a hidden danger went unnoticed so long throughout the center. Oh, trust me, everyone freaking knows. They just didn't bother. They just didn't bother, man. Plus, with such a dysfunctional elevator, it's easier to catch those test subjects that escape, you know? And I don't know why they would use the elevator, but yeah. Fix it before it's too late. It's already too late. There's no center after this, man.
Hold it!
How is it possible? It's precisely the wrong door plate that misled the victim to the wrong lab. You misunderstand me, Lady Barrister. It may be true about the door plate swap. However, if Director Crimson had determined he was on the second floor, how would he bother confirming the door plate? He must have already mistaken the floor before entering the lab. That makes sense, right? It's sophistry, but it's hard to refute. I don't even know what that means.
Hold it!
Since blackouts occur frequently, does he have any way to predict them? You must be kidding me, Lady Barrister. If we could predict them, how would we allow the blackouts to happen? Is it possible for someone to deliberately cause a blackout incident? Yes, with manual pulls of switch. However, that would leave an indelible record. According to records of the central control room, the blackout this time was not caused by manual work. Besides manual work, are there other ways to create a blackout? I know! Once Alter spilled coffee on a socket, and the whole village had a blackout for a whole day. Coffee? I thought all your villagers drink tea. But is there something that has a similar effect as coffee? Tea?
Hold it!
Are the entrances of the labs at the same positions? Yes, they are. Why did your research center design them that way? It's easier to draft, and plan, and structure, and build. Trust me. Eastern culture values precision and solemnity. The symmetrical architectural design pays homage to the spirits of the ancients and the sons of Sparta. Our center was built strictly following the Eastern values. It's impeccable in every way. Your set is full of modern gear decorations. How does that align with Eastern values? Okay. Oh wait, no, I almost forgot. Thinking. Although Sword and Gray's testimony is flimsy, he's right about one thing. Swapping the door plates is not enough to mislead the victim to the wrong floor. So he did something else? Yeah, that's it. That's the last step to the truth. I wonder what?
Objection.
Oh, it was that. Witness, have you heard of an idiom? That is, to dig's one own grave. What do you mean, Lady Barrister? You just said the killer couldn't have timed the blackout so accurately, didn't you? Unfortunately, the blackout didn't require any calculation because it was never an accident. Ha! Oh man. You shouldn't have put it in your own trash, man. You should have put it in a trash compactor. Or Zion. Or both. Your Honor, please take a look at this piece of evidence. That's the thing I snatched yesterday! Yes. Good job, Annie. Good job. Is that a plug? Looks like it's already burnt out. Yes, the circuit in the research center is constantly running at full capacity, so if there's a short circuit in any part of it, it will immediately cause an overload, resulting in a blackout through the entire building. The burnt plug exactly proved that it caused the short circuit. How did you get it? Thanks to my assistant, Annie. No wonder you were so anxious after all. It was found in your office. You gotta run. He's gonna kill you now. Order. Order! Witness. Was it you who caused the blackout at the center of the day of the incident? By the way, this song is called The Roar of Justice or A Roar of Truth? I have no idea. But it's fucking cool. But not my favorite. The plug is found in Sword and Gray's office. By just fingerprints verification, we can find out whether he used it or not. Just by connecting this plug to the circuit, after Director Crimson entered the elevator, we could trap him inside precisely. And the internal phone in the elevator connected directly to the witness's office. As long as you rush back to your office in time, answer the distress call from the director, and tell him the elevator has reached the second floor, please wait for the door to open, the death trap would be set. But wait, I was in my training room at the time of the incident. How could I know when Director Crimson entered the elevator? Your training room? Were you really there at the time? Of course.
Objection.
Witness, you claim to be in your office at the time. Do you have any evidence? Oh great, he's doing it too. I mean doing whatever the hell Edgeworth did in Phoenix Wright, okay? He's doing that shit. Where the prosecutor and the defense attorney just like do a pincer attack on one poor witness. If you can't prove that, the lady lawyer can find countless reasons to suspect you. For example, when the victim entered the elevator, you might have been hiding at the stairwell on the third floor. That position allows you to have a clear view of the director's movements and return to your office in time to pick up the phone. The prosecution has already investigated. There is indeed a socket in the stairwell that can be used. What's going on? Even Prosecutor Schubert finds the witness sussy. I'm used to that now. Bruh. Did I hear it correctly? Is Mr. Prosecutor helping us? I'm confused too. Let's see how things go. Sir Schubert, why is that? I was under the impression that the prosecutor and the witness should be aligned on the same front. Same. My position was never influenced by others, let alone your claims differ from those of the prosecution. I just want to tell you, we should speak based on truth and evidence in court. Is that right, Your Honor? Yes, of course. Very well. The evidence the defense presented for her hypothesis earlier is not yet sufficient, but we will leave it later. However, since you insisted on accusing this witness, I assume you have thought through the case. I suppose so. What do you mean you suppose so? It's a yes or no question. Why? Then tell me, the witness has worked under the victim for many years. What is his motive for murder? Motive? Well, considering Director Crimson's personality, it's not surprising that there was some conflict between them.
Objection.
What you call not surprising is merely your speculation. That's not evidence. I'm really tired of playing the discordant symphony with you. Sword and Gray's motive for murder. I do have some conjectures, but is it really okay to reveal everything in court? Just do it at this point, man. Prosecutor Schubert's doubts is also mine. While motive is not necessary to establish guilt, it is an important consideration. If you want to accuse the witness and exonerate the defendant, you need to prove his motive. Okay. The series of tragedies within the center all seem to have originated from Sky Shield. At this point, I can't avoid it anymore. The defendant believes that Sword and Grey has a very compelling motive to kill Director Crimson. He took action against the director not out of personal grudges, but for the sake of someone else. Hold on. Lady Barrister, you can suspect me, the son of Sparta, but there is no need to involve others. Some things can be evaded for a while, but not forever. Didn't you have any foresight on the current situation? Sword and Grey has always shown extraordinary care and concern for that person. Combining the info we have now, his motive is very clear. Your Honor, I believe the reason the witness took such drastic measures against the victim is because of this person.
That's it.
Is that the witness of yesterday? It's true I have a close relationship with Lady Remily, but what does it have to do with the case? Lady Barrister, please refrain from continuing to falsely accuse me and unrelated individuals. Unrelated? Are you sure? Are you going to deny that you know the true reasons behind Remily White's loss of her parents and head injury? It was Sky Shield, the well-known criminal organization. Wasn't it because of a traffic accident? No, it was just a white lie to Miss White. And the victim has confirmed that he had connections with that organization, which Which is enough to be your motive.
Objection.
So, the association between the director and Sky Shield was revealed in court just now. Both the metal badge and the director's account records are in the hands of Mr. Goldstein until just now. The witness couldn't have obtained the information before the incident.
Objection!
You're right. The metal badge and account records are indeed beyond Sword and Gray's reach. However, there is other evidence in the center that can prove the connection between Director Crimson and Sky Shield. Is there really more? The metal badge and account records are indirect evidence, making it difficult to understand their connections. The deputy director has been suspecting the director before understanding their meaning. The evidence making Sword and Gray immediately suspect the director's identity must be something more direct. The defense believes the evidence that can prove the association between Director Crimson and Sky Shield is...
That's it!
Huh, what is this black box? This is a remote control for a high-powered bomb. A bomb! And there he goes. Bye. Every man for himself, right? And he's back. Where's the judge? Well, he is in the seat, according to the picture just now. Your Honor, the bomb corresponding to the remote control went missing several years ago. Please come out from under the table. Missing? Why didn't you say that earlier? I haven't had a chance yet. You reacted too quickly. Hey man, if you have to say anything about it, he'll survive a horror movie? At least until he has to run. Or lift something heavy. Anyway, this remote control is related to an old case. On March 10, 2018, Miss White, who was only 15 years old at the time, was traveling to the Republic of Neon with her parents. Unfortunately, they encountered an attack at the Cube Stadium, which was launched by Sky Shield. 310 Cube Stadium explosion. I've also heard about the incident. It was in the headlines for many days. You mean Miss White and her family were victims of the incident? Yes, the incident had devastating consequences. Miss White's parents lost their lives and she suffered a head injury. Although the explosion was not caused by this remote control, its picture happened to be featured in the newspaper. The day before the incident, World Times clearly stated that this bomb, remote control, could be in the hands of Sky Shield. Mr. Gray likely discovered it at Director Crimson's place, leading him to not only suspect the director's ties to Sky Shield, but also believe him to be the mastermind behind the explosion 6 years ago. I am not making these claims out of thin air. Relevant details have been recorded in the torn pages of Miss White's diary. Sword and Gray and Mr. Goldstein discussed this topic shortly before the incident. So, defense, what's your point? The witness has developed a deep bond with Miss White akin to siblings over these years. His motive is to seek revenge on behalf of Miss White and execute the mastermind for her loss of responsible for her loss of parents and memories. The director of the research center, Joseph Crimson. Order. Order! Witness, What do you want to say regarding the defense's conjecture? Remily. Director Crimson. Judging by his reaction, I must have hit the mark. Your Honor, the defense has successfully proved the witness's suspicion from motive to method. I hope you reevaluate this case
So noisy.
Not again. Oh man, here comes the truth debate. It seems the defense has finally presented all their evidence. What? As the prosecution didn't verify the potential Sky Shield ties to the witness, I had to let the defense disclose more details. Now it appears that the tumor within this research center is likely limited to Director Crimson alone. He was just pretending to be on my side earlier. In that case, the prosecution sees no need to change our stance on this case. We only have one response to the defense's claim. All overruled. Not again! Is Mr. Prosecutor going to overrule all our arguments again? We have experienced that several times before. This time, we cannot let him unilaterally output his viewpoints. Oh man. Pay attention. This time I must seize the loopholes in his words and counterattack.
辩护方至今为止指控证人的所有主张都还停留在臆测的阶段。检控方
Objection！ 我已经做好准备了，这一次我不会让你轻易驳倒我的。
I saved before and I'll save again, like 1 minute apart.
不光是乌雅剑侠，被告同样可能获知了死者与天盾关联，从而酝酿作案计划。被告毕竟才来不久，他甚至可能是为了向死者复仇而特地混进研究所。实验室的门牌上已经不存在任何痕迹，无法证明究竟是谁将其调包。至于短路事件，被告距离电闸更近，他有更丰富的手段达成同样的效果。
He specifically targets motives and actions to refute. Indeed, I don't have enough evidence for that. Don't be misled by his arguments. Think about my strongest evidence. Time is ticking. I must catch his loophole this time.
至于短路事件，被告距离电闸更近，他有更丰富的手段达成同样的效果。
Objection！ 就算被告距离电闸箱更近，检方也没有找到任何他曾经操作过电路的证物。而这个插头，却是我们在乌雅剑侠的办公室里找到的，它的存在不可被忽视。
Objection！ 一个坏掉的插头，只是有可能制造短路，你无法证明它在何时何地被使用过。
Objection！ 就算如此，在制造短路这件事上，乌雅剑侠的嫌疑也比我的委托人大得多。
Objection！ 这可未必。被告可以在完成行凶后，伺机将插头放入乌雅剑侠的办公室，甚至有可能一开始他就发现了办公室内的这个插头，他只是借用了一下。
这简直是强词夺理！
是不是强词夺理？凭你手上的证物根本无法证明。这正是检方一切的逻辑基点。你的所有推论都来自承认真凶另有其人的前提，却没有一样证据可以实锤这一点。而检方完全可以在被告就是凶手的前提下，完满的解释一切。
The second round is coming. You know, she was like, oh, he could be the one because this was found in his office and he has a motive. And he's like, nuh-uh. The fuck you mean nuh-uh? You know, type shit.
被告完全可以在暗中观察到死者进入电梯之后，用插头引起短路。再假意接受恢复供电的指示，实则是拖延时间，让电梯切换至备用电源。而电闸所在的中央控制室、电磁实验室和仓库楼层相同，被告才是距离现场最近的人。也就是说，你所设想的行凶计划，被告同样可以执行所有步骤，甚至更为方便。综上所述，你的一切例证并不能为被告洗脱嫌疑，更不足以指控乌雅剑侠。
Zoe Sapphire can do everything Sword and Grey can do. He's starting to counterattack from this angle. He clearly knows I can't present any further evidence, so he's resorting to these specious arguments? Okay. Time is ticking. Let's listen from the beginning again and think carefully.
也就是说，你所设想的行凶计划，被告同样可以执行所有步骤，甚至更为方便。
Objection！ 不对，这个计划中有一个关键行为是乌雅剑侠能做到，但是被告无法做到的。
哦，那么就听你具体说一说，到底是哪个行为吧。
整个行凶计划中，被告蓝妙师做不到的事情是，那就是让青樱帮忙处理现场搬运尸体。被告还只是一个实习生，他没有命令青樱的权限。
那又如何？
什么？
命令青樱搬运死者，本就是你站在被告无罪的前提之下所做出的推理。然而，青樱的记忆已经被删除，唯一切实的证据是他腹舱内的卢米诺反应。
Isn't that something?
但他是否真的参与了运送尸体，依然只能停留在猜想阶段。可以直接连接乌雅剑侠与案件的证据，辩护方到现在也未能提交出一件。综上所述，辩护方的种种推论，不但对指控证人无益，反而让被告的嫌疑更加深重。
这怎么会这样啦
What? Although I'm still confused, Prosecutor Schubert's words make sense. The accusation against the witness are not entirely unreasonable, but I have not seen a single piece of evidence that directly links him to the murder. How many fucking pieces of evidence do you need? How many? How many do you want me to throw in your fucking face? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll press the fucking button right now. I'll press it right now. God damn it, man. We can't accept accusations without any evidence. Oh no, the situation has suddenly become overturned. Been overturned. The point is, Prosecutor Schubert is right about one thing. I have so much evidence, but every piece is indirect. I need decisive evidence to eliminate Zoe Sapphire's suspicion and convict Sword and Grey. Sis Luna, the judge is considering to dismiss the case. The witness. We have to do something. We're running out of cards. We can't return to the research center For what evidence at this moment? Is it possible we obtained decisive evidence without returning to this research center? The evidence can only be found in this... If so, the evidence can only be found in this courtroom? How can I retreat at this moment? Following this line of thought, there might be a breakthrough. It's time to organize the case like chief. Oh man, my brain is short-circuiting. Because of whatever the hell everyone's saying. Oh, you don't have enough evidence. The fuck you mean you don't have enough? Okay. In this case, Sword and Grey set up a trap to kill Director Crimson remotely. He first sought through the door plates of the biomechanical lab and electromagnetic labs, then had Zoe deliver materials to the wrong rooms. Upon Director Crimson entering the elevator, he promptly connected the faulty plug to the circuit, resulting in a blackout. Trapped in an elevator, Director Crimson was misled by the internal phone into believing he had arrived on the second floor. Director Crimson entered the wrong lab in metal protective gear, then Mr. Grey has Zoe Sapphire turn on the circuit breaker. When the murder was done, he planned to enter the electromagnetic lab to move the body and destroy the evidence. Due to unexpected incidents, he had to summon Cyan to assist in handling the case. Is this what image you had in mind? Huh. Why does she look so bored? That night, the fingerprints and bloodstains in the electromagnetic lab were cleaned by the automatic cleaning system. The cunningness of the murder lies in the fact that the murderer was not present when the crime occurred. Although every step leaves no decisive evidence, it is really difficult to prove that Sword and Grey is the murderer. No, it's too early to give up. Let me try approaching it from a different angle. In the whole process of murder, which step is most likely to have a flaw? That's right! This plan was meticulously crafted. Sword and Grey had ample time to set up the trap, so it was unlikely for him to make a mistake at this stage. And he wasn't present when the murder occurred, so there can't be evidence left. The only possible flaw must be left after the murder occurred. After all, an unexpected incident happened. Wait a minute. It occurred to me that I overlooked the flaw. There should be some evidence pointing out the small flaw left by Sword and Grey after the incident. Oops, wrong one. That's it! In Reveille White's diary, it recorded the incident of his injured finger, which should have happened after the crime. Is this Sword and Grey's flaw? Perhaps he injured his hand while handling the crime scene. But even if he injured his hand, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any difference to the case. No, I need to think out of the box just like Chief. Instead of considering what would happen when his hand got injured, let's think about why. I need to carefully recall what was present at the crime scene. What is the most likely cause of Sword and Grey's hand injury? That's it! He didn't have a fight with the victim, and the injury that we can't catch with the naked eye in court is probably minor. If it's as mentioned in Reveille White's diary, something about the crime scene that could have cut Sword and Grey's finger could only be the correct helmet, right? With this evidence. Wait a minute. been 2 days since the crime occurred. His wounds have probably healed. It might be useless to conduct a medical examination on the injury. Furthermore, the helmet was cleaned with biochemical agents, leaving no traces. It seems like we're back to the origin. I feel like I'm just one step closer to the truth. Let me think again. According to what I saw and heard during the investigation, what kind of trace could Sword and Grey have left when he was injured? Yes, Joseph Crimson died wearing the helmet. The helmet ended up in that shape. Naturally, it would be stained with his blood. Sword and Grey was cut by the helmet, covered in the victim's blood. So it's possible his wound was stained with the victim's blood. Wounds will heal, but there might be traces left when he handled the wound at the time. It's a bold speculation, but it might be the breakthrough we need. Sword and Grey set up a series of traps carefully, cleaning up all the traces. He made it a perfect crime. If this little accident hadn't occurred, perhaps there would be no way to catch you. This must be the final piece of evidence. The evidence that directly links the Sword and Grey to the victim's death is... Yes! This case is finally reaching its end. All the truth is converging at this moment. The text is like... okay. It's a bit funny, but... it's alright, I guess. I tried game development before. It's pretty horrible. Mr. Grey. By the way, it was so bad I dropped out. So... yeah. Maybe if I joined a different school, though. I just noticed that there is a band-aid on your right thumb. May I ask when you got injured? When deeply immersed in my training, I accidentally injured my hand. My finger. It happened a considerable time ago. In that case, could you remove the band-aid and let the bailiff examine the bloodstains on it? What an unreasonable request. I'm afraid I cannot comply. Unreasonable request? No, it could be a great opportunity to prove your innocence. What do you mean? Since the wound is an accident from yourself, the blood on the band-aid must be your own, right? Correct. But if there is blood of someone else on it, like the victim, how would you explain that? I'm sorry, I don't quite understand. Defense, what do you mean by that? The witness has finally realized it. The defense believes the witness's finger is likely injured during while handling the crime scene. If the victim's blood is found on the band-aid, it proves that he was holding an object soaked in the victim's blood when his finger was cut. What an unreasonable accusation. Whether it's unreasonable or not, we'll know once it's examined in court.
Objection.
There's no evidence to suggest that the band-aid on the witness's hand is related to the case. Right. My finger was injured long before the Director Crimson's death, and the band-aid was bought on the same day I got hurt. It has nothing to do with Director Crimson. I refuse an unreasonable request. Indeed, it's difficult to prove when your finger was injured. However, the origin of the band-aid can't be traced. Do you have any evidence to present? Yes, this piece of evidence is enough to prove that the band-aid was applied after the crime.
That's it.
Witness, is the band-aid on your hand really bought by yourself? Please take a look at the package of the band-aid and the receipts with the purchase time. 5:34 p.m. on the day of the crime. Isn't that right after the crime took place? Wow. Remily kept the receipt? Damn. I usually throw mine away. I need to keep mine around more often. Just in case someone kills me. This package was found in Remily White's room. There happens to be one missing band-aid from it. She wrote clearly in her diary that she helped treat your wound. There are many ways to prove the band-aid on your hand came from that package. Even so, are you still gonna deny it? What the hell was that? Order! Order!
Objection.
The defense didn't refute our accusations against the defendant. We can't approve of coercing a confession from the witness. Prosecutor Shitbert! The current situation has nothing to do with your earlier speculation. Oh boy. He's gonna crack. He's gonna crack. Where's your sword, huh? Witness, tell me. In several days, Remily White's memories will be reset again. Now she's sitting upright in the audience seat, writing down events of this week as usual. Tell me, do you want her to write down your desperate cunning and lying like this? You just had to say that. Remily.
Objection.
Defense, mind your words. You are coercing the witness. It's not elegant to make such a noise. The examination of the bloodstains involved DNA testing. It will take at least 2 days to get the results. If the defense insists, we can only request postponement of this trial. What? Wait. Wait, what? Who was speaking? Oh, it was Remily. It was me. Miss White? Remily, what are you doing? Enough, Miss Lawyer, Mr. Prosecutor, and Master Sworden. Please, stop arguing. The current situation is largely because of me. I really don't want to see you all continue to argue over me. Okay, whatever, I don't know what to say. I understand your feelings, but personal emotions are not considered in court. Most of the time. The case must reach a conclusion. Miss White, I actually have some questions to ask you. Now that you voluntarily stepped onto the witness stand, did you hear the defense's claims just now? Yes. What do you think of the defense's accusations against the witness? Master Sworden, I don't know. I really don't know anything. man. Whether treating Master Sorden's wound or the band-aid, I don't remember either of them. Until now, I still can't believe Director Crimson was really killed. I only know that everyone in the center has been really kind and taken care of me, and someday I'll be cured. And I will be able to use my brain to remember everything rather than the notebook. Miss White, Master Sorden, among all the people in the center, you've been the kindest to me. At this moment, I'm willing to believe whatever you say and write it down. I don't care how others see it, but my diary is my memory and my truth. Oh, man. So the person who killed Director Crimson, it's not you, right? Just for this time, instead of reading my diary, I want to hear it directly from you. That's it. Wasn't you. Oh my gosh, I can't take this anymore. I can't. That's enough. Remily, your suffering is the last thing I want to see. It was me. Finally, he admitted it. Your Honor, before you have the bailiff arrest me, please give me some time to say a few words. Why does he suddenly sound normal? You have the right to speak in court. Understood. I came to the research center 6 years ago. At the time, I was assigned to take care of a special patient and treat her. It's Remily, right? Yes. She was only 15 years old that year. Her parents were killed in an accident, and she herself was severely injured. What is this song? She was lying in bed with a ventilator, so helpless, yet so peaceful. The moment I saw her, I made a secret vow that no matter what happens in the future, I would do everything to protect the girl by her side, including wielding a wooden sword. Hey, I heard you got transferred to an interesting research center. How is it there? Nothing special. By the way, I remember you specialize in amnesia, right? Have you encountered patients who experience memory loss periodically? You mean periodic amnesia? It's a troublesome condition. The patients can't be cured, nor live a normal life. If I have to interact with such a patient for a long time, do you have any advice? Generally, we tend not to make the patient immediately aware of their amnesia, but that's not a long-term solution. After all, people around the patient are dying day by day, while they themselves remain the age of memory loss. They'll gradually become uneasy and anxious if they've been abandoned by the entire world. In severe cases, it may even evolve into an inescapable sense of loneliness. If there is someone who could play the role of her peer day after day, and be with her forever, would that make her feel better? Of course, but how could such people possibly exist? I understand. Thank you. It's true I used to be a diehard fan of martial arts, but that was over a decade ago. So you've been pretending to be the 15-year-old version of yourself to prevent her from feeling lonely? Perhaps. Reacquaint her again and again. Keep saying those foolish martial art things. Time flies and her address for me gradually changes from Mr. Grey to Master Sword, and everything I've done is worth it. As long as it can make her better. But a few days ago, when I accidentally saw that bomb remote control on the director's desk, everything changed. Remily, in fact, Joseph Crimson, the one who adopted you, appeared to be kind and helped you recover your memories, was one of the masterminds behind the incident that took your parents' lives 6 years ago. Is that so? I hated to believe it at first, so I went to confront him, but... Director Crimson, why don't you explain it? Could it be a misunderstanding? Oh boy. What misunderstanding? That my organization couldn't cause a bigger disaster and kill more people in all these years? What did you say? Humans, such lowly creatures, especially the dim-witted ones. I don't care at all whether they survive in this world or not. I heard the explosion 6 years ago was discovered by a criminal police officer in time, significantly reducing casualties. It's been a regret for those two lunatics in the organization, but thanks to that, I got such perfect experimental material. Are you talking about Remily? Oh my. Why so angry, huh? Do you dare to report me? I know you care about the girl, so I didn't allow you to participate in most of the experiments on her. Who knows what I did behind your back, huh? If you expose my affairs now, could you bear the consequences? You... unforgivable! I originally sought a deputy director's help. However, after discussing it with him, he believed this matter was too significant. Once it's made public, endless disasters will be brought to the center. I must protect Emily. If no one can help me, I'll do it with my own hands. As long as that beast is alive, he'll commit more heinous acts. Remily's life will be filled with unease. The following is as you have said.
小白，你的一切痛苦都是朱平江一手造成的。你本可以是一个生活幸福的普通女孩，和你喜欢的人恋爱，选择你想要的未来。可是这一切都被那个朱平江给毁了。你的幸福凭什么要被那样一个畜生不如的人给夺走？就算他是机器人领域的奇才，头顶无数学术光环，可他也是个恶魔，是个邪道，他不配。所幸老天有眼，让我及时知道了魔方惨案的真相。 也让我知道了他的真面目。我怎能再容忍那样的人继续坦然无忧地活在世上？
啊？
纵死峡谷下，不惭世上英。谁能书阁下？白首太玄经。小白，从你的生命中铲除这个恶人，虽然是我无可推卸的责任，可是这样残忍的事，请你不要记下来。我知道祝平江也给你带去过很多快乐的记忆，你记住那些开心的事就好了。而日记里关于我的内容，你只要尽管涂掉，当我未曾存在过便好。不管怎样，事已至此，我不会后悔。这一生只有一次的侠客，我当得还像样吗？
不像样啊，剑侠先生。冬雪姐姐，保护白小姐，行侠仗义。马上就要进监狱的你，要准备怎么去保护她呢？别说保护了，研究所一下失去了你和朱所长两人。那个本来可以治愈白翼灵顽疾的彭祖计划，还能继续下去吗？无论你用多么痛心无奈的借口来为自己辩护，犯罪就是犯罪。被行侠仗义的幻想冲昏头脑的时候，你真的想过这会对他造成什么后果吗？你想过他的日记中会因此充斥多少血腥吗？王你和白小姐相处了6年，却连她是个外柔内刚的孩子都不知道。她每过7天都要重新面对那记忆空缺的6年和双亲的离去。就算她以最快的速度接受身边的人，在经历了短短几天的欢笑时光之后，就要再次抱着对未来的绝望全部归零。但她还是认真的把身边那些值得留念的人和事都记了下来，而且从无怨言。那样的人内心有多坚强，你能想象得到吗？保护他，保护他，保护他！你说的这么义正言辞，可这样的保护真的是白小姐想要的吗？
Objection， 足够了，不要太过火了。
反对有效。辩护方，证人已经认罪了，请。
对不起，是我失态了。
已经太迟了呀！我已经没有机会去理解小白的意愿了。宗师姑娘，不，应该叫你律师小姐吧。到头来，我不过是一只身披侠客面孔的落水狗罢了。不够坚强的人，其实是我才对。小白，我已经永远失去。永远失去像一个真正的侠客那样守护你的机会了。
It's truly a heartbreaking ending. Cousin Crimson may be a vicious criminal involved in various crimes, but even so, it's absolutely unacceptable to take his life without legitimate arrest or trial. Prosecutor Schubert, where is Orden Grey? The prosecution has notified the bailiffs of an emergency arrest. I see. Although the case has gone through many twists and turns, the truth has come to light at the last moment. Are there any objections from the defense or prosecution? No. No. Then the court hereby pronounces the defendant Zoe Sapphire. Yay! Finally, this lengthy case is over. But for some reason, I feel a bit empty inside. Wow! Miss Lawyer! Annie! Huh, Miss Sapphire? Congratulations! Miss Sapphire, you seem to be a lot more energetic than several days ago. But why are you still unhappy? Thanks to Miss Lawyer's persistence, I can see the sky again. By the way, your last speech was truly impressive. Said so, thank you. But Annie is right. To be honest, I'm not happy at all. Yeah, she has to get an internship somewhere else now. I didn't mean it. Please don't take it seriously. It's okay. I'm truly happy to receive a no guilty verdict, but Remily, she took everyone in the censor's family, and now it turned out like that. What would her future look like? Don't worry, Miss Sapphire. Miss White's so resilient. I'm sure she'll be fine. Maybe she was fine because everyone was there, you know? Okay, I made up my mind. What have you decided? I'll take over the work of that martial arts weirdo and assist the deputy director. In the near future, I will cure Remily. Are you sure you could handle such a complicated matter? Hey, what do you mean? I'm a neuroscience PhD after all. I forgot. I completely forgot about that. She has a fucking PhD. And she... Yeah, okay. I only remember her as an unreliable intern who breaks things every day. Yeah. Hey, can you stop saying your thoughts out loud? Can you stop, like, breaking shit, please? Okay, since you have a PhD, you can probably, like, ask other people. But don't you, like, need to do practical stuff to get your PhD? How did you even get it? No matter what, I think Miss Sapphire is amazing. You can definitely make it. Oh, thank you, Annie. Trust me, there won't be any problem. I hope you can at least change your carefree personality. With such determination, Zoe might succeed one day. Oh, it's Mr. Goldstein. Oh, it's Mr. Goldstein. Hello, Mr. Goldstein. Ahem. Hello. Oh, please forgive me for being so offensive in the courtroom earlier. With a scientific and rigorous attitude, you have right to doubt each of us. Even if you accuse me of murdering, I have no complaints. If you are falsely accused, you better have some complaints. No matter what, I also share part of responsibility for the incident. I always thought it'd be better to mind my own business, so I turned a blind eye to the link between the director and Sky Shield. Reflecting now, if I had managed to calm Sordin and sought help from the police, maybe this tragedy could have been avoided. You don't have to blame yourself excessively. After all, things have happened. Although hiding evidence is unacceptable, I can understand your intentions. I attempted to conceal the truth and caused you a lot of trouble. Please allow me to apologize for that. But there is one thing I still don't understand. The director possesses greater intellect and status than all of us. Why on earth would he join such a chilling criminal organization? Well, I already thought about the director's connection to Sky Shield, but when it comes to his reasons for working with them, I truly have no clues. Although I don't quite understand, I have heard stories about intelligent people wanting to conquer the world with their brains. Conquer the world? Oh, sounds crazy, but it is really that guy's thing. What exactly does it mean to conquer the world? Can you define it precisely? Oh, here we go again. Change the topic now. Mr. Goldstein, what will happen to the research center when this case is over? Well, someone should take over the director's position. Then we'll reorganize our work and continue our research. Shouldn't you be the one taking over Director Crimson's position? According to common sense, it does seem like that. I never thought I'd be the director. What should I do? No, never thought about that? He is really a dedicated assistant. Mr. Goldstein ran off in a frenzy, and someone is coming in. A frenzy, I guess? I hear a familiar sound of tracks. Waha! Hello, Waluigi. I won't be scared by you anymore. Miss Cyan, you didn't get me either. Huh? I failed. The sound of my tracks gave away my presence. Unhappy. Super unhappy. I've become accustomed to her. How pitiful. Alright, let's get down to business. Miss Ray, I have to thank you for today. I can finally breathe a sigh of relief. Your creator's dead. You do know that, right? She's the only one that can maintain you and rebuild your legs and do shit. No need to thank me. It's just part of my job. And hearing you use the word breathe feels kind of strange. Although being manipulated by the murderer to some extent, I may not be dismantled now that the truth is revealed. Dismantled? Why would you think that way? Actually, I've been worried about ever since I saw the director's body. What if someone threw me onto the director and smashed him to death? No one would come up with such a bizarre idea except you. I feel like that is a reference to something, but I don't know. Miss Cyan, you don't have to worry. With the 3 laws of robotics, you're the least sussy in the center. Huh, you're right. Annie really knows how to talk. Even if I were to be shattered, I would never harm anyone. For some reason, Annie's words sound a bit ironic, though she doesn't mean it. In the end, is a robot bound by the 3 laws more trustworthy than a flesh and blood human? Although I disliked the director, I feel a bit sad about his death. And that martial arts enthusiast is really foolish. Why did he have to kill? I don't know about the law. What will be the consequences of his actions? If Director Crimson is proven to be a criminal and have threatened Remily White's life, there might be some room for sentencing, though Mr. Gray's crime of intentional murder cannot be exempted. I see. By the time the guy comes out, my legs should have been fixed. Then I can walk to the prison and pick him up. So that's what you're concerned about. That's pretty wholesome, though. But I still can't believe he left Remily behind like that. Forget it. Remily's over there. I'll go over and comfort her. The one who was hurt the most in this case is Remily. Come on, once you're done with the statement with that female detective, let's go shopping. I'd love to, but is it okay for you to go out? It doesn't matter. I can't wait to scare everyone away. It would be like we're making an exclusive book, Mr. Goldstein. I have an arrangement for tonight. To be precise, an experiment. Oh, come on. Forget about it. Both of you need to listen to me today. Cyan, don't pull me. I'll go on my own. Sis Luna, they're leaving. Shall we say goodbye to Miss White? I still don't know how to face her right now. It's better not to meet her for the time being. And don't worry, she'll forget about you. I think. Looking from the distance, although the 3 of them are talking and laughing, the bitterness on Remily's face is evident. Did I do the right thing? Should I have revealed all the truth in court? I wonder if Chief would think. I wonder what Chief would think about it. Your gloomy appearance is like a violin with loose strings. I always heard you were a proud and bold girl. What happened to you today? That voice! Oh, hi. You actually asked how she was? Huh, maybe you're not a bad person. You're just a weird one. Prosecutor Schubert? You won the trial today. But why do you look like a loser? You worry about Remily White? She's not a fragile girl. Why do you say that? Although she will forget everything in a few days. You chose to show her the truth. Because deep down, you truly believe it's for her own good, don't you? Make your decisions. And don't regret it. Thank you. I didn't expect this guy to have a considerate side. I have already contacted Detective Sanford. She is gathering evidence in the center. Joseph Crimson has been confirmed as the 4th head of Sky Shield, Quadrant. Are you sure? Although he didn't directly participate in the terrorist attacks against civilians, his danger was significant. Under the guise of research, he took foreign funds and often supplied the organization with advanced equipment, even weapons. If the so-called Phoenix Project were to be carried out, who knows what the consequence would be. Though coincidental, His death did help the police solve a big problem. Wait, if his research was all for Sky Shield, what about the ultra-realistic robots? If robots that can disguise themselves as humans are misused, they would become the most terrifying weapons. Yeah, look at synths from Fallout 4. Is it because they can carry various dangerous items and blend into crowds without being detected? Perhaps. Fortunately, Cyan is only a half-human. That's why she wasn't sent to carry out any dangerous missions. Is that so? Then she's fortunate in a way. I said what I needed to say. See you. I haven't said goodbye. This guy really does as he pleases. Wait, did he say something strange? Did he? Oh. Oh. Wait a minute. Wait! What? You said earlier. I've always heard. Oh, wait, really? That's what you were concerned about? You fucking idiot. What about this? What about this? This bit right here, huh? You said I always heard you were a proud and bold girl, right? I returned to the country for less than a year and haven't handled many cases. I'm not famous at all. How did you hear about me? Well, my father is Soth Schubert. What? There's no need to be surprised. Well, I'm leaving now. Who the hell is that? I see. Soth Schubert, one of the victims of incident number 761 5 years ago. He was also someone who helped me a lot. No wonder Prosecutor Schubert insisted on taking on this case. Most likely because he heard Sky Shield is involved. Perhaps we share the same goal. However, there is hardly any connection between this case and incident number 761. In the end, it was just a waste of effort. Sis Luna, what are you thinking about? Nothing. It's getting late. Let's head back to the office. This is the first case that I've won on my own, so we should celebrate tonight. Nice! I love celebrating. After leaving the court, I reported the details of the case to Chief online. Unexpectedly, he didn't make any comments and said, "If you were right, then it is." When we returned to the office, two unexpected figures appeared at the door. Oh. Detective Sanford, what brings you here? Oh my. Okay. Huh? I'm not here by choice, sweetie. I just submitted the case report, and now I have to take the evidence to the police station. I wanted to drop this girl off on the way back, but she insisted on seeing you before going home. This girl, is she? Hey, come over here. Be quick. I'm running out of time, sweetheart. Remily? Hi, Miss Lawyer. Miss White? Why are you here? I want to ask you something. Let me prepare some refreshments. Don't bother. I'll be heading home after finishing my questions. She means the research center? Miss White, please, go ahead. Well, Miss Lawyer, when I said in court that I would believe anything Mr. Sorden said... Oh boy. I was serious. But he told me not to write down what he said. He wants me to forget about him and everything that happened this week. He did. Although I lectured him in court, his words are reasonable. The truth is too cruel for Miss White. Miss Lawyer, I observed your defense from beginning to end. You faced countless dilemmas, but you always made the right choices. I don't have the courage and wisdom like you. You praise me too much. Please don't deny it. I want to ask you about today's matter. Let the truth go, or write it down? What should I do? If you ask me, people can't selectively retain memories, but she can. I wonder if it's fortunate or not. What choice should I make? Perhaps I already have an answer when I concluded the case. Miss White, listen to me. You should record the truth. Is that so? Is he left-handed? What? I know this may not be the outcome you desire, but that's the truth. If you can erase your memories, what have happened cannot be avoided. That's true. Even though you wake up without memories, seeing such a sad story in your own diary must be extremely painful. But if you feel strong enough, face it head on. Remember, there was a man who made a grave mistake, but he remains a great swordsman who spared no effort to care and protect you. I understand, Miss Lawyer. Thank you. You're welcome. If there's a chance, feel free to visit our office again. Yes, I'll be waiting for you, Miss White. Okay, then You've been talking for so long that I'm almost falling asleep. Kept you waiting, huh? Let's accompany you downstairs. Did I mishear something? There seems to be a strange sound from Detective Sanford's bag. I heard that too. Let me check. Oh boy. Oh no. It's the badge of the heads of Sky Shield? This is the one that belonged to the director. Quiet. Hello. Can you tell me where there is? The research center, the morgue, or perhaps the prison? The badge can talk? Who are you? Huh. Why do I hear only a woman's voices around me? Well, I can't guess where it is then. Anyway, that scientific monster's death was so tragic. How wonderful. Are there any police officers or prosecutors nearby? Come over here and listen. Are you Kalins? Where are you? Show yourself! What? Kalins is the codename of the leader of Sky Shield. After my sincere conversation with Miss White, I thought the case could finally come to an end. Although the ending may not be perfect, it was at least heartwarming. However, The sudden crazy ramblings from the badge pulled me back into the cold and cruel reality. What I heard next completely shattered the tranquility our law office should have enjoyed. That old monster finally died. No one can stop me anymore. Sky Shield, revenge begins. Wow, that was quite the ending to the case. Okay, what's next? Okay, haunted house. Skip demo part. Damn, this is a long game, huh? How many chapters are there? Oh boy. Wow, you know, like I said before, this feels like a combination of Stafford Case 1 and that Tyrion Cuthbert, I think it was Case 2. So basically, in Stafford Case, you can choose multiple endings. And in those multiple endings, one of them is, it's an accident. Leave it at that. And the other one is, you find the true culprit. And for Tyrion Cuthbert Case 2, is that the principal killed one of the rich staff who has authority, a noble basically. So the principal wanted to like spread the knowledge to poor people, but she was the victim of the case, the one who he killed, was kind of a biatch. So, you know, she wanted to do something. So he had to. So he was killing her for a greater good. So this is like a combination of the two. Still kind of sad, you know? This is a kind of a cliche thing, but still sad. You know, seeing Remily White with amnesia, periodic amnesia. We have a choice to select whether to do selective memory or whatever, but yeah. On another note, completely unrelated, Sanford, what the fuck is your role? Okay, what the hell is a detective supposed to do? They're supposed to be the ones doing this type of shit. They're supposed to be the one finding evidence for the killer. And what is the defense attorneys? What are they supposed to do? They're supposed to prove, oh, he or she can't do the crime because XXX. And then the prosecutor is supposed to be like, no, he or she can because of XXX. And if the defendant is not, then they just move on. And then the detective has to find the real killer. So how come Luna presents 10 pieces, 20 pieces, 30 fucking pieces of evidence, and then they're like, no, it's not enough. So dumb. Anyway, it does seem like the plot is progressing a lot faster, but I'm not sure how it will progress. What are these, anyway? Are these celebrations? Because, okay, look here. This could be the second last case. Case 4. you know, they handle the thing, blah blah blah. Knife. Annie sobbing again. Very cute. Adorable. It's nice you're still around. Damn it. And this one looks like they're confronting the whole organization. Tessa, Stella, Charlie, yeah. Like the head of the organization, the emblem is there. Then here, maybe it's like a celebration, you know, or something. Maybe this is where Annie... Maybe this is one of those interludes where Annie comes in and Wolfgang is like, well, we're here, reaching far across these new frontiers. And then this is like a celebration. Hey, she's back. I think. I don't know. We'll just have to see. In the next episode. Anyway, with that being said, thank you so much for watching my playthrough of Trials of Innocence. And goddamn, this is a long episode. And if you like what you see, stay tuned and stay awesome. Good night.